There is no difference between races, whether you're black, yellow, red, red Indians, and no matter your skin complexion, we all are what they call children of the universe. We all come from different cultures, we all come from different backgrounds and upbringings and different nations of the world. But if you look at human beings, we are the same people. We are the same people because every human being is striving to become the best version of themselves and to attain a higher self. Okay, to attain a higher self in our own different giftings and talents and skills and everything. That's like the basic summary of what a human being is. We're striving to become the best of ourselves, and it doesn't matter if you come from an Indian culture, or you come from an African Cameroonian culture like mine, or you come from South Africa, or you come from China, Japan, you come from United Kingdom. It doesn't matter where you come from. The Netherlands, Australia, America, Mexico. It doesn't matter where you come from. We all are striving to become the best that we can be. And they say that variety spices life. It's true, because we can learn from each other to amend ourselves. Hi, my name is Rafa Godlove. Welcome to the School of Life. It's a program where I try to teach you lessons in life and make you become a better version of yourself. On today's edition, we're talking about how to appreciate variety. How to appreciate variety. This is extremely important because it's a situation that affects even racism and things like that. You get offended with people because of their skin color. You get offended with people because they do things differently from you, and so on. It's very, very important that we learn to accept variety, because variety spices life. Okay, and so I'll try to show you from an African person's perspective how we don't accept variety. How we don't accept variety, and how we don't accept different kinds of cultures, and how Africans are living in a state of kind of mental slavery, where they feel that everything that comes from a European culture or that comes from outside of their African continent is the best thing that can ever happen, and that we cannot learn nothing from ourselves, and that we cannot do anything on our own. In 1840, Queen Victoria, she's an English queen. In 1840, Queen Victoria decided that she was going to wear a white gown for her wedding. Now, the English people have a traditional wedding, and prior to 1840, you could wear basically anything for your traditional wedding. It was a traditional, it was their tradition, their custom that you get married, you follow this protocol and this protocol. And the English are very attached to the Anglican Church. Okay, and so their own traditional wedding involves a lot of church activities and things like that. So in 1840, Queen Victoria decided that she was going to wear a white gown for her traditional wedding. And since English culture has always been tied to the Anglican Church, it was obviously a church ceremony and things like that with their own traditional protocols. This is done before this, and that is done, and then the vows and things like that. And that became something that stirred up a new trend, because now it became a trendy something for us to be wearing white gowns. But in Africa, our traditional weddings are not with white gowns. And if you tell an English person how expensive African weddings are, they won't believe you. They won't believe you because their traditional wedding is just that wedding. You just wear a white gown, and it's a tradition there. It's a traditional wedding. But here in Africa, we have traditional weddings apart, and then there's what they call the white wedding, where you wear a white gown. And this one is the one that if you don't do a white wedding for a woman, she can literally have a fit. She wants a white wedding. She wants, because they call it the church wedding. Because generally African traditional weddings have traditional protocols and different things that they do in to respect our traditions, okay, and our culture. But it can also be allowed. I think that the Catholic Church allows for I don't really know, but I think that it's allowed in the Catholic religion that a priest can come as a representative of the church, as a witness, to witness your traditional wedding and give you God's blessings. And so it must not be carried to church. That's why African weddings are so expensive, because we do a traditional wedding, we go through all of these customary rites and things like that, and then we sign in court or in a council. For us here in Cameroon, sometimes you can sign at the city council, not necessarily a court, and then you get the documents, your marriage certificate, and then you bring it now to church, which is like ceremony to ceremony to ceremony to ceremony. The expenses are out of the roof. They can literally blow the roof off. So it's very expensive. And I think that it's a mental situation where we feel that if I don't have a church wedding, a father cannot come and bless my marriage, my traditional wedding, and then we just say that I'm married. I want a church wedding. I want to wear white gown too. I want to be like every other person. So I think that it's mental slavery in that we stress out and we don't even have the means. Okay, most of developing countries are found in African continent. So instead of using our resources to do something that is profitable for ourselves and society, we're spending it on celebration and lavish celebrations because we're trying to follow a trend which started in 1840. It was a white wedding, but it was a British traditional wedding. So why can we not be allowed to do an African traditional wedding and accept it as the standard wedding? No, we must get to church because I need to wear a white gown and I need to have like 8 bridesmaids. Some people have as much as 12 bridesmaids. I'm telling you the truth, just a long bridal train, So I think that we need to get to this place where we're careful with the decisions that we make, and we're being sure that we're not just following trends and following things that we don't even know where they originated from. The next thing I want to talk about, accepting variety and understanding that African cultures are different and that we all can accept our differences without feeling that one is inferior to the other, is the fact that a British person can come to Cameroon. I'm talking now about accents. A British person can come to Cameroon and they speak, say, Mongaka. Rather, what does Mongaka mean? Mongaka is the traditional language here in Cameroon. Okay, Cameroon is like the melting pot of all kinds of cultures. They call it Africa in miniature, meaning that it has all kinds of vegetation and all kinds of climatic conditions that you find in every country in Africa. I think last year we actually had snowfall in one of the villages in the northwest region of the country. It was like a big shocker, and people took photos. They woke up to go to their farm to carry out their activities, and then there was snow everywhere. Cameroon is really like Africa in miniature. If you want to see everything that you can find in every African country, you better come to my country. I always tell people when I meet them online, like, if you die without visiting Cameroon, you've lost a big part of your life. I'm serious. Waterfalls, beautiful vegetation, just beautiful landscape, beautiful sunset, just places that you'll be like, oh my God, where am I? You're in Africa, you're in Cameroon. So I love my country so much. It's like a safe haven, it's just a beautiful place. So another thing that we do, which is culturally wrong, is that say an English tourist might come to my country and they try to speak Mongaka, or they try to speak a traditional language here, or they try to even speak the pidgin English that we speak. Everybody speaks pidgin English. How for are they fine? How for this? How for that? How for that? We speak pidgin English here. Oh, you think I don't know pidgin English? Like, forget about all of the English I speak. I'm a Cameroonian, right? I know how to interact with people. I speak different languages and I try to speak with respect to the context. Okay, so if you see me out in the street and I'm trying to shop in a market and I'm trying to get things, or I'm trying to get a discount, baby boy, you better not be speaking all of this nonsense English. I'm telling the truth, you better speak pidgin, and you better try to relate to them in a way that they'll understand, without which you might have issues. So If an English tourist comes to Cameroon and are trying to speak one of our traditional languages, Bakosi, they're trying to speak the Bali language, they're trying to speak languages from, they're trying to speak the Fangbeti languages, or a Wondo, or a Ton, or whatever language that they're trying to speak, they would speak it with an English accent. That's what I'm trying to say, that they will speak it with an English accent. But when, say, a Banso person tries to pronounce words in English and they pronounce it with a Banso accent, we now crucify them and we say, "Oh, you're primitive, you're uneducated, and with all of the education that you have, you don't know how to pronounce words right." I find this to be a violation of, people's cultural roots. I just find it to be a violation and just something of mental slavery. Why don't you crucify a Chinese person or an Indian person that speaks with an Indian accent? And why don't you crucify an English person or a French person that speaks with a French accent? But you want to crucify a Cameroonian that speaks with their home accent and with their cultural roots. Okay, that's why I don't allow people intimidate me. If I don't pronounce a word right, I'm not from United Kingdom. Okay? I'm from Africa, and even though we learn British English, but it comes with all of the influences of our cultural, our cultural heritages and our cultural roots. You don't be expecting me to be speaking English the way you want me to speak English or the way you think that words are to be. I'm not saying that for you to learn how to pronounce words the right way. It's wrong, but I'm saying that give people breathing space if they cannot do things right, or if they make an effort and it doesn't sound that right. You don't need to crucify them. Just the same way you can forgive somebody from a different nationality that comes into the country and pronounces, traditional words, or tries to speak pidgin English and they don't pronounce the words right. Also forgive your brother for not pronouncing a foreign man's language the way it's supposed to be pronounced. So I think that we need to get to this place where we level things out, without which we'll be doing bias to another culture, we'll be doing prejudice on another culture. You cannot pronounce exactly the way things are supposed to be pronounced. Then just speak the way you can speak. And the important thing about communication, let me just say it, is that you're understood. 30% of communication is about what you say, the words that you say, but 70% of communication is about body language and what is not even said. So the important thing, even if I look at you and I just like, and I wink, and you understand that I'm trying to communicate something to you, and you laugh, or I do some crazy thing and you understand, even without me saying it, I've communicated, and it's enough. As long as I've been understood, that's communication. So don't be crucifying people. I really don't like when people pronounce words and we laugh at them and we make ridicule of them. They have a right to pronounce with their cultural roots, and it's a language that I'm more familiar with. I try to speak English, I try to pronounce my words right, but that's because probably I'm a little educated and I'm trying to do things right and I'm being a little too conscious. But everybody cannot be like that. So give us a breathing space, give us a breathing space, give us a breathing space, give us a breathing space. Another aspect in which we can see mental slavery and the fact that we don't accept different cultural values and heritages is the fact that even in our dress code, it's seen there. Now, I am from Cameroon and I'll speak from Cameroon. When we have official banquets in the country, I'm talking about banquets where even the president is present, the dress code it's a suit. It's like a 3-piece suit. It's like everything. Even our journalists on national television do not wear African fabric that often. I don't know if it's easy to just buy pret-a-porter or clothes from boutiques where they're already made, or what can be the problem, but we dress, even for official banquets in an African country, the dress code is a foreign man's attire. Suits are not our official dress. We have the gandora, we have the danshikis, the big and the small danshiki. You don't know the words I just said? Google. Find out what is a gandora and find out what is an agbada and a danshiki, and find out, the skirts and blouse and the headscarves and all of that. It's beautiful. I watch Nigerian television, private television, and I've discovered that Nigerian presenters, they tie big mufflers on their hair, the satellite dish, headpiece, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful, and you look at it, you know that you're watching an African television channel. So Rafa, you're saying that all of us should just start wearing African clothes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of us should just wear African fabric. And I don't think it's because I sew clothes now, but I have always loved African fabric. You would always see me something which is African. It might not necessarily be a fabric with a lot of prints on it, but it's always a fabric that is made in Africa, that it's something that is African. We have a fabric production companies here in Cameroon, and many people don't even wear Sikam. It's no publicity, I'm just telling you that we have Sikam. Okay, and they do a lot of beautiful fabric, especially for national events and things like that. So I'm encouraging, I'm not scolding, I'm not insisting, I'm not trying to intimidate you or annoy you. I'm just saying that it would be nice if we can promote a lot of African stuff, even in the things that we consume. Some people feel that rice from a foreign country, and I'm not going to mention no country because I don't want to affect people's trade and things like that. I don't know about international trade and things like that. I don't want to say something that might offend people. So I'll just say that people feel that maybe say rice or wine or something from a different country is more nicer than rice from my country. Allow me tell you about Ndop rice. Ndop rice is beautiful. It tastes like any kind of foreign rice. It has a beautiful taste. It's white. It's nice. It's just beautiful. The first time I ate Ndop rice, I ate it at I think a relative's house, and they were like, "You're eating Ndop rice." I'm like, "No, this is not the Ndop rice I'm used to." They're like, "No, it's because they sell like the second-hand grade and the things like that. They don't really like the real, like the best quality of the rice is not available. It's not easily available." But I think as time goes on, it has become something that it's like a staple, because most Cameroonians are discovering that rice from Ndop is like the big deal. You can use it to do any kind of rice meal, and the taste is good. Sometimes you cook it without no seasoning, no flavor, no salt, nothing. It tastes beautiful, and the aroma from it, oh God, oh Lord God, it's beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful things. So I think that in terms of our traditional weddings, in terms of our dress codes, in terms of even our language and speech, and in terms of the things that we consume, how much of your country do you consume as a Cameroonian? How much of it do you consume? Do you wear Cameroonian fabric? Do you eat Cameroonian food? Do you consume Cameroonian stuff? So I think that we need to get to this place where we understand that no culture is superior to the other. We just have different cultures, and that need to be accepted, and we need to respect each other with our uniqueness, because at the end of the day, if everybody dresses like an Englishman, who is going to dress like an African? So the African culture dies because what is it? It's primitive. What is it? It's not standard. There's a lot of designers and stylists coming up now that are doing African clothes with a very contemporary touch that you look at, you're like, okay, this is beautiful fashion. Okay, I watched a video on YouTube, and it was a video it was done by Tamela Mann. She's an American gospel voice, and I saw something she did. She wore a fabric, and I think I wrote a comment and I said, oh my God, does she know that this is an African fabric? It's a fabric very known in my country. I don't know if they printed it with 3D printing or it's a fake copy, but the originals, I know that it's an African fabric. I don't know where she got it from, but that's an African fabric she was wearing, one of her recent gospel releases. So I think that Africa is beautiful. I think that my country, especially Cameroon, is beautiful. I'm not doing publicity because it's my country. It's a beautiful country. If you visit Cameroon, you'll be like, this country is beautiful. The people are peaceful. The people are peace-loving. The people are just nice. Lots of cute girls. Lots of handsome guys in this country. So you need to visit Cameroon. I'm there, the touristic sites to see, and If you die without visiting Cameroon, ask the Lord for a second chance. Say, God, give me just one chance. Let me just visit Cameroon before I die. All right. So my name is Godlove Rafa. I hope that you've learned something from this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.